Almost, all right, so welcome Mr. Kiley's class. All right, agenda review and disposition, any additions, changes?
None.
Okay, privilege of the floor, you guys are all good down there. Approval of the minutes, April 16th. Someone will make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Carolyn, second by Bernie. All those in favor? Opposed, abstentions, great.
I'll abstain.
You abstain, 2 for attendance?
Yep.
Both you guys, okay. So Paul and Peter. Student report.
So on the Student Senate side of things, we just had our youth and government trip down in Concord, where we stay one night, 2 days down there and do mock legislature in the Capitol. Very exciting. We had 2 different members of our Student Senate get awards as well. Janelle Como got a Character Development Award, and Anna Boyer got the Outstanding Lobbyist Award. So very exciting there. It was the first time Mr. Castrino recalled ever getting a lobbyist award, so very exciting there. We're also planning to go down in the next few weeks to the railroad station in Plymouth and do a little cleanup down there, and afterwards probably go get lunch, just as a fun way to end out the year. And we're also expecting our class elections at the end of May, so president, vice president.
We got a date on that, Anthony gave to me, June 4th.
On June
Okay,
4th,
good.
so slightly after late May. We had the Supreme Court come to school last Tuesday, which was very exciting. They heard a case in the auditorium. All of the social studies classes were invited. I was also one of the 12 students who were invited to have lunch with them afterwards. We were able to talk to them and learn more about them. And then finally we have our spring concert tonight down at the Silver Center, which is very exciting for all of my peers who are involved in all of the different musical classes. And that's everything.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, principal's report.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to let Jen start off. She has some great news regarding our testing, and then I'll take it back when she's done.
Okay, so we gave the SAT and we gave the SAS Science, both are required assessments for our junior class. We met with juniors ahead of both tests. We gave some previous historical data to them on how kids have performed. We also gave a bit of an incentive. And I will say that I will break down these scores like I had previously done at the July retreat for you so you can see it. But the SAS Science was one to certainly celebrate. We tested 153 students, so I gave them 2 incentives. I asked for an increase in attendance. There's not a whole lot of sometimes buy-in to this because it doesn't necessarily come, it's not a personal reflection of them necessarily, and it's not tied to like necessarily their science classes in 11th grade. So I asked for an increase in attendance. I also asked for them to come together collectively to increase their proficiency by a greater margin than 3%. So previous year we tested 99 students. This year we tested 153. So that was a win for the attendance. We also had 50% of the kids that took the test score proficient or higher. So 77 kids out of the 153 that took the test. Given a change in structure, so we did test them on a delayed opening schedule. So that means they slept in, we fed them. We also had the science teachers proctoring the test, which I think just sort of adds a little dimension to the assessment. So 50% of them scored. We had 69 kids score the 3, which is the proficient. We had 8 kids score proficient with distinction. We also have a new underclassmen award being given this year, and I will not tell you who it is, but I will tell you that we had 1 student score a perfect score on this assessment. So we will announce that underclass. So they did an excellent job. The science teachers are so excited to celebrate this with them. I'm going to host a junior class meeting next week with them to announce their names amongst their peers. So that was really exciting. SAT also, you know, we achieve pretty high consistently at the SAT level, but the benchmark, if you reach benchmark in both, it's 10-10. So this year we had 40% of the kids. We tested 180 and 71 of them scored, they met the benchmark or higher. So overall, this junior class has done an excellent job in testing season. We made a decision to have both of those assessments done before April break, which I also think is a really important pattern of behavior that we will repeat. Tends to after April break, kids are focused on AAP, they're focused on end of year activities. So hopefully I can repeat some of that data in the future years, but lots of things to celebrate with these kids.
Great, and at the retreat, you'll give us the.
Yeah, I'll give you the breakdown, the graph, you can see it in color, but I just wanted to give you the broad picture tonight.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah?
So,
Excellent.
let me follow up with, this is our report. It was quite an honor and a privilege to have the Supreme Court here at Plymouth Regional High School. And if you can just take a quick look at the program, a real big deal. The security alone, we had worked on for weeks. Kudos to Liza and the amount of time that she had spent putting together, making sure that all the ducks were in a row. But it was, and Jill, Officer Jill went above and beyond. We had this place completely dressed up. I had the entire back of the theater painted. That's where the judges' chambers were. Security was just, the kids had to go through a metal detector. They brought the justices up in one car out back, come up the back way. And of course, when on the back of the stage, you know, I had everything set there, table set, just for them to convene, you know, just the 5 of them, and maybe a couple of their law clerks. And Ned Gordon, if you recall Ned from Bristol, a retiring judge, he was the MC. It was a privilege to have Ned come back. He did a tremendous job. There were about maybe 50, 60 kids from Plymouth University had come from one of the classes. It was Mark Fischler's, I think one of his classes. He was in attendance too, and he was a big deal on getting us tuned in to being one of the hosts this year as hosting it. And the actual litigants came to the trial. I mean, you had to really follow a lot of, once you left the auditorium, you could not go back in. They all had to go through a metal detector, and we had a complete attendance list of who was there. So it was extremely well programmed. That's the word I want to use. And both lawyers got there 15 or 20 minutes to do, and constant go back and forth, just like you were watching a regular trial on TV. The judges would just stop and, you know, question the particular judge, I mean the attorney, on a motion that they were making or what they were using for statute. And that lasted a good, maybe over 90 minutes. And then the judges came out and they sat in stage. They had their own special chairs. We broke down the stage. They had an actual stage and had to be skirted. I mean, I said to them, look like a funeral home when I went in there. I said, is this what the regular court looks like? They were really down-to-earth people. They were nice. I mean, and I had this place here. Culinary Arts did just a tremendous job. They wanted lunch with, Anthony had invited a group of kids. I think there were around 18, 20 kids, somewhere in that, right? And the judges came in, they had a full meal. They had chicken cordon bleu, fettuccine alfredo, potatoes, Caesar salad, the whole 9 yards. And they stayed for a good hour, and they conversed with the kids. And couldn't thank us enough, but it was an honor, a really classy thing that we got to do. And kudos to our kids, and again to Officer Jill and Liza for setting all that up. Great week for the principal this week. It's prom week. Thursday, the kids are in a mandatory meeting with me. And a little different this year, the prom is on a Friday night at Owl's Nest. We sold out Okay, the capacity was 248. We sold out quickly. And what's to be expected because, you know, that junior class is 188. I let the seniors go first and gave them an opportunity. We gave them a whole week. And then once the seniors were finished, we opened the door for the juniors and they closed it pretty quick. Just to give you an idea, I mean, the juniors have already got 2 buses going to New York next year that they've already paid for. So they're up and about and ready to go. I know a lot of you guys like to see that LNA ceremony. You're meeting on May 21st. The next one, it won't be here. We'll be next door. The LNA ceremony will be in here on that one night with our Health Arc program. And then, of course, Heap Mason already told you, but the spring concert is tonight at 7. We usually get a full house down there. And we're in full gear, getting ready for the yearbook assembly, scholarship night. As you know, graduation is the 8th, and the last day is the 12th. So we're moving quickly ahead here. Thank you. Any questions for me?
Any questions? Okay. All right, next committee, we'll be changing those to a full board meeting, May 21st.
Yes.
At 5 o'clock. Discussion items, any other, nothing there. All right, privilege of the floor, anyone have any statements or anything they want to share? Okay. All right, consent forms, claims and payroll.
All set.
Yeah. And correspondence.
No correspondence.
All right, great. Just checking. Board member concerns, anyone have anything they need to share? Okay, so if someone wants to make a motion for what we need to do and.
Personnel is what we
Yes.
need to go in for.
Make that motion to go into non-public for the purpose of discussing personnel.
Great,
Second.
great, thank you, Phil. All those, so I'm gonna do roll call, okay, great. Paul, Tony.
Yes.
That's it, kids.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, great, thank you.
Great meeting.
Yeah.